Alright, so we've got a different video today. Right now we're going to be doing a couple of tier lists, and the first one being Call of Duty games of all time up to this date. And I've played about most, if not all, of these Call of Duty games except for one, so I could give my input on them. But we're gonna start off with trash, and that would definitely be Infinite Warfare for me. Never got into it. Didn't get into Ghosts either. Both of those for me are utter trash. Strictly because they introduced jetpacking, but in a way that personally I didn't like the way how the game went. So once they had jetpacking in there, it was like, yeah, the gameplay changed. It took a lot to adapt to, and maybe I just became shit at the game. Maybe that's why I didn't like it. Maybe if I was good, I'd probably feel way better about it, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't working out for me. Now we're gonna go in order. So World War II, a return back to boots on the ground. I'll give it a B, strictly because, you know, there was so much hype towards, well, virus protection, I don't really care right now, but there was so much hype towards World War II. Everybody got a day release. Day of release, the game was crazy. Then after a while, people started camping, kind of took the sting out of it for me. People knew everything about the game, and it was just like, it's not like when you're 12 and nobody camps and everybody's running around going crazy. It was one of those games where people were very strategic and they wanted to play to win. And at some points it is fun to play to win, but at other points you just want to have fun. And when everybody's being pretty serious, it sometimes doesn't really get fun. Our next game is going to be Black Ops 2, and that's an A. I was still kind of trick shotting at the time, so I guess you could say that's probably why I really did like the game. But Black Ops 2 for me was one of those games where it was hit or miss. You either really liked it or really hated it, and I personally liked it, so I don't really have any complaints there. But it's not an S or double S tier for me. I'm just gonna leave this here because I did not play this Black Ops. And now we're getting into the good ones. I guess to start Modern Warfare 3. I'll give Modern Warfare 3 an S. Strictly because off of the back of Modern Warfare 2, even though there was a lot changed, I love the maps. I really did love the maps that Modern Warfare 3 had, and I liked the story. I also liked Infected, and the game offline where you could play split screen and it was just a bunch of mobs coming at you, pretty much a bootleg zombies but with people, juggernauts, riot shields, planes, all of that. And it's just, the work they put into that game was a masterpiece, and that's why I'll give it an S. Call of Duty Black Ops, just normal. I'll give you an A, but before Black Ops 2. If we were talking only zombies, I'd give it a double S off the bat. But when we're talking about gameplay was alright for me. I was a pretty good player, but at the same time the gameplay kind of was hit or miss with me some days, depending on servers. However, a lot of the guns were easy to use. The Galil especially was my favorite gun to use in the game. FAMAS as well. And once you added, I'd say, that red dot to it and that silencer to the Galil, it's different levels, man. And the FAMAS too, them two were different levels. So, but in terms of zombies, now, this for me, zombies, well, of course, not the greatest zombies. That has to go to the other game that's down there, but this game really, like, adding new guns such as a Thunder Gun and all that stuff, and adding map packs, Ascension, for example, that zombies map was pretty cool, and just overall the rape training in the game was just OP, though. You could get to 50 no problem, and people are like, how do you do that? You just say you rape trained. But we're gonna move on to World at War, an S off the bat. Story, don't need to say anymore. Story's crazy. Story was crazy for me, and I feel like the gameplay too was just that it was, I'm speechless. The gameplay was amazing. Not as good as the two that we got left down there that I'm gonna grade, but World at War, the gore, they had just the right amount of gore. Just the story really got you. The story really had you thinking about the World War, you know what I'm saying? And just, they captured the story greatly. Now we're going on to the last two. You already know they're double S's. I'll go COD 4 first. COD 4. Now, where do I start? We could either start with the maps. I didn't find a single map that upset me. The gun balancing, crazy. The M40A3, second best sniper of all time. You could say best sniper of all time, second best sniper of all time, whatever you think. The gameplay, crazy. Even though there were 3 kill streaks, for some reason you could always go back and play the game knowing that 3, 5, 7, radar, airstrike, helicopter, and the game just never died for me. Like, I'm pretty sure I could go back now and it'd just be different, and I'd just play for hours and hours and hours, because for me the game is nice. However, when they remastered it, I didn't like it. I did not like it. I did not like it, strictly because the fun was gone. Even though they didn't really patch nothing, you know, you bring in the pay to win aspect, and you bring in everybody start tryharding like crazy, and it's just, it took away from the game for me. But now we're going to the GOAT, the absolute GOAT, which is Modern Warfare 2. Now, when I tell you I played this game 3 years straight without getting bored. This actually was my first YouTube channel was based around me trick shotting on Modern Warfare 2. If you find it, good for you. If you don't, that's tough. But Modern Warfare 2 had everything for me. Every gun was so overpowered that it balanced the game, if that makes any sense to you. The sniping, crazy. The only downside of this game was Commando Pro. Even though it did allow you to fall to the ground and not take any damage, that knife lunge was crazy. What else are we saying? One Man Army noob tubes needed to be patched, but at the same time the game was fun. Riot Shield's fun, man. So much fun in the game. And at the time, I'm pretty sure, even though the game's rated M for, they rated M, I almost said M for everybody. The game's rated M, but all of us were kids, no filter, saying stuff that if parents heard you, you're definitely getting beat, saying it to other kids, just having fun. And that's really what Modern Warfare 2 was for me, just having fun. Everything balanced but overpowered. Nothing wrong with the maps. Even when map packs came out, no maps were done wrong. The storyline carrying on from Call of Duty 4, amazing, amazing. Spec Ops, even though some people didn't play Spec Ops was one of those things. Amazing. All the work that they put into the game, just, for me personally, is one of the greatest games of all time. And like, I feel like them remastering it would definitely ruin it for me personally. I would go into that, but that would take forever. But Modern Warfare 2, the GOAT. And with that, we're gonna end the video here. I did have another tier list in mind, however, I'm gonna save that for another video. If you did enjoy this, please like the video, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what else you want me to rank, or if there are any games that you want me to rank or play even. And with that, D-Man out.